we're doing today is day one starts tomorrow. Tonight, we're gonna get them ready for the week. And if you look on these protocols, what I'm doing and how I increase the testosterone by a very little amount, and we want this in the system prior, because if we start it during the cycle, as you guys know, it takes a while to come up. Theoretically, it would be best to do this maybe 2 days out, but what we did is we started it the day before, and we're gonna start them with the 50 milligrams of the Trenbolone with it. And so by the time this kicks in the morning, this is nighttime right now, get a good 8-hour sleep, Tren is in the system, ready to go. When we start his growth hormone and insulin, we're gonna get the best result possible already. We're not gonna have to wait for that Trenbolone to kick in. Everything's gonna be ready to start in the morning time. So he's gonna be, this is basically getting you ready to start the cycle, and it's not like doing anything extra. So tomorrow we're not gonna add any more tests. We already have it in a system done. And we're not gonna even have to touch testosterone in terms of like an NFA ever again. So he's ready to go, he's primed for his cycle. Tomorrow, start with the growth hormone and insulin in the morning, and you'll see the rest of the protocol throughout this series. And we're gonna take him to the gym and document all this. So Tren's gonna be in a system, we're gonna try and get this full advantage of that IGF spike first thing from his shot in the morning. So we could start tonight, but again, if we start all that, then we'd have to make today day one. So we're doing this day one shot today. So keep following the series and follow what we do tomorrow and see what happens. We're not gonna lie about any of this stuff. You're gonna see everything we do, and you're gonna see what he's taking and what he's doing in the gym. For diet, you'll see his body change. You'll see before and after. You'll see his weight measurements. And then even after it's done, we'll follow up like we did in the last ones and see how much he kept of it. So keep following the series, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, this is day one. Still very lean. What's the plan and how are we gonna adjust it throughout the 7 days?
Well, okay. So over the 7 days, basically we're gonna start with X amount of growth hormone. And what we're gonna do is, we'll never know how much we're gonna do each day. Every day is gonna be different based on how you feel, how your weight's going up. You'll see too, I'll be able to see how much swelling he's get. We'll fight it with the diuretic, right? Probably Lasix. So he doesn't get any bad water retention that's gonna cause any problems. And so depending on how fast he's growing, and maybe if he's putting on fat somehow, we'll start increasing growth hormone. So he might be doing 5 units, 10 units, 15, 20, 25, as high as 30, right? The threshold, I usually top out there. I don't like to go any more on generics past that. Even with the diuretic, it's not something I like to do. So about 30 will be our threshold. In the last one, we'd even go over 15. So again, every day changes. Some people might have to do that. And I know people who go, oh, Trevor's recommended 30 units again. Well, no, we did 15 the last time. We even took a day off. And then when we did his measurements, that was a week after with no training too. But with him, or with you, what we're gonna do is we'll start with 5, maybe 10, and then see how he feels the next day, see how he looks. And this is gonna be his biggest thing. We're checking his blood pressure, his blood glucose. The next day, we're gonna start again. We're gonna see how he feels as we're doing this, and we add him in increments this way. So we might do 15 the next day. We might go 15 for 2 days or 20. But if we start noticing any problems or side effects, they're getting too much, or maybe he's putting on weight too fast, then we'll drop that back down or keep it the same. And it's the same with the drug. We're rotating drugs every day, but we're gonna basically go on appearance. So we're not gonna say we're gonna put Anadrol in here. Everyone's gonna say, oh, you're gonna put water weight. Well, no, we'll do a day or two of Anadrol, maybe a day or two of Winstrol. You're never gonna build up side effects. So we're trying to actually keep his health kind of first and not add all this water. So this is why we're doing it this way. Health is the first thing. Because 7 days, we're just doing this for you guys, to show you guys, yeah, 7 days is possible to put on, 10, 15 kilos. Very simple, it's easy. And keep most of it. And safety concerns, if we had to screw up a day, well, guess what? You still have an extra day, you could finish it. You could do this for 10 days. So we're doing it in 7. You never want to try and force it. and try to make it happen in those 7 days. If something gets bad and you have to take the day off, take the day off. And then guess what? Just add an extra day to it. So you took a complete day off, and now instead of going 7, you're going that 8th day. So instead of finishing Sunday, you would finish Monday now. And you're going to keep health and longevity always going positively. And then you're never going to have a problem. So don't try to force it just because we say 7 day. This was a question that got brought up in a bet that started. And the 7 days was just what we did because it created a whole online talk. So we're just keeping it simple, 7 days. There's no rule. I try to tap it out about 10 days. But again, there's no rule. If you had to take a day off, we'll take a day off. And we'll just add it to the cycle.
Last, how do you know if we need to increase the HGH insulin? How do you know that?
Depending on how much weight you're putting on, the HGH and insulin is going to be also factored on your blood sugar. If blood sugar keeps rising as we're going through this, and I'll know depending on foods too, sometimes his blood sugar will go up because we might have sugar or faster carbs or more of them. I'll know it's that, and I won't have to increase his insulin. But we'll know I have pretty much a good pattern on his weight, on different weights, how much we're going to take based on his sensitivity. So whether we start at 2 units or 3 units, as I increase growth hormone, I increase those with it in very minute increments. And I'm doing this just from memorizing per person what I've been able to do with it, but we're still checking his blood glucose. So if anytime I do see it go up or down, that will tell me, okay, we're doing a lot, too much growth hormone, not enough insulin. So one or the other is going to come down. Same time, if he starts getting his side effects are too bad, the side effects are coming from the growth hormone. So what we would do is we'd either increase the frequency and lower the amount per injection, or just lower it down completely. Side effects being carpal tunnel, swelling of the joints, breathing problems, water retention we can't control with a moderate diuretic or a moderate dosing of diuretic like the Lasix. If we have to take 3 or 4 Lasix a day, there's no point in doing that much growth hormone. So either find a better way of taking it through the day and picking better times, or just straight up lowering it.
This is day 1.
So this is day 1. This is the first meal that he's waking up to. Yesterday we were going to break this fast. We're going to do the omelet and oatmeal. And what I noticed was he was bloated and still full. And he had done a fast for 2 days. And he was still holding a lot of water, still had some fat on him. And I realized at that point he'd only gone 48 hours on a fast. So it was better for him to go 3 days. I had him take the rest of the day off, but he did have the oatmeal, broke his fast. So I gave him some glucophage, which is metformin, if you know, so to get rid of some of those carbohydrates that he had. It's not going to hurt him. If anything, it would probably kind of help this situation. So gave him that, had him take the rest of the day out, drink a lot of water. I gave him something for the sodium too to help get rid of the water instead of sitting in a sauna or going running. And then today, so from that experience and realizing how bloated he was, doing a 7-day transformation, he's not going to be able to eat enough food for this to work. So he's going to be able to lose weight on this transformation, but if he can't eat enough, it's just going to be weight loss. So because he was bloated, today we're starting with pancakes. We're keeping a whole natural yogurt in there for the probiotics. That has sugar, fat, protein, good sources of it. But because of how much food he's going to be eating, he's going to need that. That's a really important thing here, is this yogurt, the probiotics. The pills, you guys don't take the capsules. Most of those capsules aren't going to help you regardless of what you think. Get it from a natural source like a yogurt, and even those Greek yogurts. You have the Yakult drinks in the States. Those help big time, especially if you're sick and throw up a lot of your enzymes in the stomach. But we're doing fruit, keeping us digestive healthy with the yogurt. So instead of oatmeal, we're doing a pancake. This has some whole wheat in it, so he's going to get fast and slow carbs together without bloating. We're only going to probably eat half. We're trying to get him to eat until he's when I'm bloating, because then he's not going to eat for 3-4 hours. That was what the problem is. If he was doing this on the oatmeal, he only eats a cup of oatmeal, 4 or 5 eggs, and then he's not eating for 3.5 hours. That's not enough food for anybody. So we're trying to do it this way now, get things that will digest quicker, keep his digestive healthy, and honestly, it doesn't sound good, but keep his blood sugar kind of like this. because as it starts to drop, he'll get hungry. And when he gets hungry, we'll be able to eat more. So this is a way to get extra calories in and keep him hungry. Otherwise, this whole transformation is going to be for nothing. So I'll go over the next meal, and every meal is going to be different. So I can't tell you now what we're going to have next meal, because we're going to go by how he feels, how he looks, if he's full or not, if he's holding too much water, if he's spilling over. Those kinds of things all come into consideration. So you'll see on the next video. Stay tuned for it, and you'll see why we're doing these meals.
Okay, this is day 2. 72 kilogram. This is day 3. Still not 75 kilogram. I got you filming? Nine. 79.8, so almost 80 kilo. Okay, this is the 7th day after the water is gone. I'm not holding much water anymore, but yeah, I did some mistakes. Coach Trevor will go over this, and we are doing the measurements today.
So we're going to do, this is the 7th day, so in the morning is going to be our final measurements. We'll go over the mistake that we could show you guys, because this right here is going to go back to what it was this morning by tomorrow morning. We made a well, someone wasn't supposed to be drinking when they were drinking, but we'll show you guys tomorrow. So today is the 7th day. We're going to do the measurements just so we're not lying out of our ass and waiting till tomorrow morning to do this. But you will see the difference in the measurements, and then tomorrow morning when we do the final ones, you're going to see what he's basically going to keep. We'll do another set in a week, and we're going to keep following weekly, so you guys know how much he's kept, what he looks like. It's not that he's just all water when people talk about these transformations. So we're going to start with his measurements. We're going to show you the what we did beforehand, what his sizes are, what his weight is, starting us at 69, and then we'll finish to see what he's keeping by morning. Because in the morning time, we're not going to have food in the gut. We're not going to have any, basically we want to take out all the variables. If we do this tonight and we have food in the gut, it's going to be different. Having water, fat, we want everything to be basically as precise as possible. So nobody says, oh, it's probably because you ate all day, his weight went up this much, or he looks like this because of whatever reason. So we're trying to get it as best we can for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Compare it, and we'll see you on the next one. And I'll have him do those on camera as well. And we'll see what happens. The final result is.